Okay, so if you're watching this, in a few minutes I'm going to include a recent little sound clip to something that was said relating towards my murals and proving it. Also showing what seems to be the conclusion of a lot of things going on, and that is very big and loaded within itself. But anyways, here you go. I'm going to include the sound clip now. Who actually has the power to do things? This is one of my thought creation murals. It's much like Twinkle Little Star, but there's a lot being said here. When you take a look at the overall picture, you see a shooting star and you see Earth, thus making you think of the song, Twinkle Little Star. And when you think of a shooting star, it just makes you think of a wish when you wish upon a star. Now here from Earth, the view is so magnificent that it's gorgeous. But could you imagine what it would be if that comet was to come to Earth? Upon viewing this art at this very time, I noticed something interesting which looks like some numbers. I've never noticed this before, so I decided to take a deeper look. What is the deeper message behind my twinkle little star and the scars upon the earth that look like scratches from the beast? So I decide I gotta really open up Google Maps and see what could be going on. Now, with Google Maps, we can go ahead and view it and compare it towards my art and what I seen that I just now seen for the first time. Furthermore, just proving everything for the scene of what it is. Okay, so let's all go ahead and open up Google Maps. And we'll go ahead and let's change our view to satellite. And then once we got that done, we will go ahead and focus in the area of where I'm wanting to look. Now, what's on Google Map? What does it show here? Oh, it looks a little different, but I still see what looks like the sixes even here. Now that is interesting. I wonder, what are my murals saying more that we are not paying attention to? Okay, so if you're watching this, in a few minutes I'm going to include a recent little sound clip to something that was said um, relating towards my murals and proving it. There are other videos I did with art that even came from my 4-year-old child, also showing what seems to be the conclusion of a lot of things going on that even I wasn't always seeing, even though I knew. I wasn't putting all the pieces together, but I mean, I have put the pieces of the puzzle together now. I'm just trying to find a way to share it with you for the magnitude scale for what it is, which is still growing during these steps of the knowledge of everything that I'm coming to, that I'm trying to share with all of you. So keep in mind, when Spirit Box talks about my Twinkle Little Star, when Spirit Box talks about my murals and my paintings, these are all forms of manifestations and prayers, because the amount of time that I put into when I'm doing the art, I'm thinking, I'm creating, I'm visualizing, I'm feeling, and you put all of that together, and in a way also just helps like increase the magnitude of some negative things. So like for instance, how my boy is supposed to be bad, and his name being BBB, which also appears to be a 666, for he is boy, he is the male child from Revelations, and many more things on how everything just goes and unfolds, as well as God proving his love with the diamond in the sky, everything talking about the comet, everything showing you this in advance. These were all things to tell you. And later, once this event happens and unfolds, this will be here as a representation of me attempting to tell you before it ever came to be. Now, if you listen to Spirit Box, if you have any belief in the fact that there's life after death, regardless of how you choose to perceive it because of religious taught views, It does exist. Furthermore, I also want to talk to you about if you have any belief in manifestation, in prayer, in desire, in will, in want, in prolonging it all of this kind of falls underneath that same category. And when you put everything together, it is such a design of a unique way of everything unfolding for what it has been. But it has been told to you in many ways. So I encourage you, if you're watching this, go ahead and watch some other videos and look at it, and you'll see the bits and pieces. This is my first try and my attempt to share some of my murals, and I'm sure I'll share more, but I just want to share this because it's big, because on the earth, even though in the drawing that I have, you got earth and you got the comet coming in, but you got earth and you got the what looks like beast scratches on the earth, but it's on Google too. And then oddly enough, without even realizing it within my own art at the time of what I did it, which was quite some time ago, there's apparently 3 6s there, or BBB, as well as if you look on Google Earth itself, the same thing is there. Different, but the same. I mean, from the gouges to the 6s. So it just really goes to show you on how deep this really is, even though the 6s may not be in the exact spot or the exact same 6s, but it's the fact that they're there in both pictures. Further, just trying to show you guys some proof and evidence for how cool everything is that it works out. Now, I've never talked about this before because I didn't notice this within this particular piece. I've used this piece of art in other things here in my videos, but I did not notice what I'm just now pointing out because I just now noticed this in even my own piece. Again, I'm just trying to keep it forward with you guys for everything that it is. Sometimes I might hesitate to say things because I'm worried about not giving appropriate information, because that's like the last thing I want to do when the truth is what I fight for so much. And that is my goal. For the truth to come to light on every level possible, for all the things to be shown, for all these things to come to light and to come to pass. And that is very big and loaded within itself. But anyways, here you go. I'm going to include the sound clip now and wrap up this video. And I hope you enjoyed. And remember to check out other things if you liked any of this. So there you go. I'm trying. I'm trying. Who actually has the power to do things? Who has the power to create storms and do all this? Us together? Me alone? You alone? I'm trying. I'm trying.